minutes and think about what salvation they have. Okay, you get articles in the Watchtower like this: working hard for the reward of eternal life. I mean, forget about grace and get to work. They talk about grace, but out of the other side of their mouth, you got to work for it. Now, supposing you're a good Jehovah's Witness and you're going out in the service, you're doing everything you should do, and 2 weeks before Armageddon you say, I'm tired. I don't feel like it. I'm going to put my feet up. I'm going to watch the television. I'm not going to the meetings. And Armageddon comes. Are you saved? No. You are totally lost because you aren't found working when Armageddon comes. And zap, into the lake of fire with you, burned to a crispy crunch. But let's say you're a good Jehovah's Witness. You make it through Armageddon. You're off in the 1,000-year reign of Christ. Are you saved? No, because if you think you were busy before Armageddon, wait till after. I mean, everyone but Jehovah's Witnesses is going to be destroyed. There is going to be rubble. You have to clean up rubble. Secondly, you have to fulfill God's command to multiply and fill the earth. You've got to have a baby every 9 months or so. Thirdly, all the cults have a problem of what to do with the people that lived before the time of their prophet. So all these people have to come back in a recreation, resurrection type thing, and you've got to preach to them and hold Bible studies and place watchtowers and everything. Well, you know, folks, after 600 years, you might say, I'm tired. I don't feel like rubble, babies, and publishing anymore. What'll happen to you at that point if you refuse to do it? Zap! Into the lake of fire, burned. But let's say you're a good Jehovah's Witness and you carry right through almost to the end of the 1,000 years doing everything you're supposed to do. Are you saved? No, because Satan's going to come back for a little while, and they teach that many will fall away, and zap, into the lake of fire, burned up, annihilated. But let's say you make it through the testing of Satan, and you're off into eternity. Are you finally saved? No. If at any time you disobey the 144,000 Jehovah's Witnesses on Mount Zion with Christ, zap, into the lake of fire, annihilated. What hope, Jehovah's Witnesses, do you have? There isn't any.
Okay, let me document one spot they can look up as well, Lori, and that's according to the Watchtower magazine, February the 15th, 1983. They said in order to receive everlasting life, here's what the other sheep have to do. Number one is they have to take in knowledge of God from the Watchtower magazine. Number two, they must obey God's laws. Number three, they must become associated with God's channel, God's organization on earth, that's the Watchtower, and they say, quote, to receive everlasting life in the earthly paradise, we must identify that organization and serve God as a part of it. And then finally, fourth, they say, God requires that the prospective subjects of His kingdom support His government by loyally advocating His kingdom rule to others. In other words, you got to go door to door, and then you may receive everlasting life on paradise earth.
Yes, John, I'm looking at the November 15th, 1981 Watchtower, which sums up everything you've said. It says, the witness yet includes the invitation to come to Jehovah's organization for salvation. Do you notice how Jesus has been cut out? And yet Acts tells us there is salvation in no one else, and there is no other name given under heaven by which you must be saved.
With former Jehovah's Witness Lori McGregor. We next showed some excerpts which explain what Jehovah's Witnesses believe about who Jesus Christ is. This is very interesting, so please listen.
Our teaching on Jesus Christ is that Jesus is the Son of God. He was the first thing that Jehovah created, and through Him other creative works were done. Now, some religions teach that God and Jesus are one and the same, but the Bible does not teach that, and therefore neither do Jehovah's Witnesses.
We believe that the Bible teaches that Jesus carries out a number of functions for Jehovah God, the Most High. For example, in the Hebrew Scriptures, He is referred to as Michael. Michael, literally translated into English, means, who is like God.
Witnesses believe that Jesus Christ is a spirit creature, a super angel, the first creation of Jehovah God, who prior to coming to earth as a man, existed in heaven as Michael the archangel. Jesus started out originally as the Logos, or Michael the archangel. who then came to earth as the virgin-born Son of Mary. He was a perfect, sinless man. But he was only a man, devoid of all divinity. Jesus walked the earth as a man, becoming the Christ only when he was baptized. Jehovah's Witnesses hold the cross in contempt, feeling that it is nothing more than a pagan symbol used by apostate Christendom. Instead, they teach that at the completion of his ministry, Jesus died, not on the cross, but on an upright stake. Christ's body was then laid in a tomb.